What popular artist that has been introduced to hip hop in the last 5 years do you think have the most potential to be relevant 10 years from now in hip hop? And we got our boy T the GOAT, who actually pulled up a we gonna do is go down the freshman hip hop covers.
First thing, my bad to interrupt you. Right, freshman hip hop covers.
Since 2018, we're gonna go through all of those, and we're gonna use those artists and anybody y'all could think of in the last 5 years. Throw in the comment section too. We're gonna use those to decide if any of these artists will still be relevant 10 years from now.
Yeah. Before we do
only
that,
5 years, Tom. Only 5, because in the last 5 years, okay, I'm gonna tell you where this came from. I had a conversation. We were saying in the last 5 years, the conversation, not to say the conversation. The statement that was made was in the last 5 years, it ain't really been no artists who gonna be relevant 10 years from now. So me and somebody start having a dialogue about it. I'm like, yo, this would be a fun dialogue to have on the podcast. So that's where the question came from.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right, Tom. No 21. But 5 years though is that's what I was gonna bring up, because he threw me off when he said 21, because I was like, damn, 21 is a good one too, because I believe
he's not 5 though.
He's not 5, but I believe 21 is definitely gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, but he's not 5.
But another person that I brought up when he was saying this is Lil Yachty. Now, we can't use him because he's before 5 years or longer than 5 years. Mm-hmm. But he came to mind first because not only did he get hot, he made another group hot. Shout out to the City Girls. I don't know if he did a lot of their songs, all their songs, but I know he did a few of their hits. So he kind of made a group, which is, an accolade, an achievement to him as a young artist. And also right now he in a rebranding spot, in a rebranding space of becoming a podcaster and doing something outside of music, and almost kind of a little bit being accepted. Like he popping, he going viral with his interviews. You said Uma on there. So I think, him. But 21 is another good one too. But we can't use them because they longer than 5 years.
I think 21 might be like 6
But those
or
were the
7
first
years.
people that came to my mind when you were saying that.
Well, the thing I want to throw out there about Yachty too is he did recently start Concrete Boys, which also has a whole bunch of new artists like Caribou. He's got some folks from, I want to say, AMP, like AMP, the streaming crew, with Ice Man and all them.
Yep.
And so I think he's making all the right moves to stay relevant in the industry, I feel, or just entertainment industry in general. So whether it's streaming, hip hop itself, you know what I'm saying? He's invading these different corners.
It's kind of like the 50 Cent effect. Like he's staying relevant through different outlets in order to keep his brand going.
Right. Because
Which
he even
seems to
had
be the name of the game and how people would have to do it just the way hip hop is being right now. Nobody that's doing it now is sustaining only from music. The Kanye's is, the J. Cole's or whatever, all of these people are, but they way past 5 years. So they like the last of this recent microwave shift is what I call it, because it's hot here, it's hot for like a week, and then we won't.
Liquor and Woes, that's the question.
So
what you were saying though, T the GOAT?
Oh, I was just gonna add in, Yachty had involvement with FaZe Clan, even when they were still on the rise, which Call of Duty was their big thing, all that kind of stuff. So he's been in the sphere of just really anything he can get his hands on in terms of streaming, hip hop, fashion, gaming, all this other stuff.
Because AMP is that's a big thing.
Oh, AMP is huge
to the
now.
younger generation. That's huge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, 100%. AMP on YouTube? You talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's the group with Casanat.
That was the gaming crew.
Agent 00, all them.
Oh yeah, okay. See, I didn't even know nothing about that. I'm not in gaming.
I used to follow Agent Zero for years, and he part of the AMP. They all got a big mansion and moved in together.
I know about AMP because I rock with Dub. Shout out to Dub family and them, and DDG and all of them. So I rock with that crew and those people, Baby Rich and all of them people, Damo. But I don't listen to I see Amp, but I don't rock with them. But I know that ain't that what Kai came from? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see him in a group with the pictures and stuff. So
all right, so let's go ahead and see if T the GOAT can pull up these lists. Let's see if we think it's anybody who we think could still be relevant 10 years from now.
You ain't lying. If Jack Harlow in 5, he one of mine. If Jack Harlow on one of these lists, I'm taking Jack Harlow. Okay, so you right about that.
What I'm gonna do for y'all, since we got a little bit of a different format as far as doing this, I'll fix this in post. But I'm gonna read off the artists who are on the cover. So we got Ski Mask, the Slump God, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, JID, Stefflon Don, Block Boy JB, YB and Namir, Wi-Fi's Funeral, and Trippie Redd. I can already tell you so many of these
I'm finna
artists that
say
became irrelevant.
some of these dudes are relevant now. Only one that I could potentially, because just because of his talent being relevant 10 years from now is maybe JID.
Yeah, JID the only one on there for me.
But I don't know though. I feel like some of these folks can possibly make a resurgence. Like Ski Mask, I know he's also appeared on streams and all that. Like I feel like he could make a resurgence if he wanted to. If he had that drive in him, he could definitely pop back in with the crowd.
His fan base gonna be gone already. They're gonna be onto something new.
To be fair, any of these people, they young enough, any of these people could rebrand themselves with YouTube being what it is. They can come out, they could do something, they could jump on, whatever type of thing, be a streamer, be a gamer, whatever, and get back out there with the past relevance that they had. They all have a chance to capitalize in this day and age. As far as what I see, who I see doing it, I think JID gonna be the only one to stay relevant. Whether it's through music, he'll continue to grow through music, and he in Dreamville, so he got the right people around.
I feel like he got people around him. The rest of them, I don't know. I don't feel like they'd be relevant enough. All right, who we got next?
So next we got, it looks like Blueface, Comethazine, Tierra Whack, The Baby, Lil Mosey, Roddy Ricch. Who's that? My bad. YBN Cordae, YK Osiris, Rico Nasty, Gunna, and Megan Thee Stallion.
We looking at Megan, Gunna, Blueface, and it was one more in there.
The Baby, maybe?
Yeah, Baby Gunna. The baby Blueface, Gunna, and Megan. I do think Gunna. Oh, and YBN Cordae.
I got
and Cordae all day.
I only got 3. I got the Baby, because I think Baby got a personality that he gonna eventually get into acting. I got Megan, because Megan is she already a crossover artist, so she already did acting in different things. So I feel like she can find a different place to be good. Now Gunna, I'm gonna say Gunna too, simply because he just got a lot of stuff that comes with him as an artist. So it's a possibility. Not saying that he's the best rappers. Like I feel like Cordae is a good rapper and stuff, but I don't think 10 years from now he gonna be relevant. I think they might all be relevant for different things. So them gonna be.
Are we talking only music or we just talking relevance?
I'm just saying in the culture, like in hip hop. Who are these artists still gonna be relevant 10 years from now?
That's why I'm saying Blueface, because he ain't rapped in years. And we still talk about him. He's still relevant.
Point. He's still relevant.
And he still so I don't even know how he gonna do it.
And you know what?
I'm just gonna assume
shout out to Silly. You right, bro. He can box too. Yeah. So for all we know, he might come out and be putting like.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's why I'm not saying music in no way. All I'm saying is
just relevant.
He's gonna be relevant somehow because he's sustained relevancy since he been out, and he ain't put out no music to my knowledge.
Yeah, because I just feel like as the hip hop artist, I just want to know like what artists will still be relevant, like whether it's music, movies, you know, social media, whatever. And with
Gunna only because Gunna is he's still gonna he made that fire after he got out, and he beat the snitching allegations.
That's why I say
he didn't beat him to some people, but as far as the victory and the win and the touring and the things he doing now, he beat the snitching allegations. So we ain't seen nobody really do that. So that's what makes me think he gonna last. Megan gonna last because of her team. I'm not a fan, but she's gonna do it because people gonna, they gonna make that happen. Ain't nothing we could do about it. And Cordae, I just the Baby, like you say, I agree with that. He can get into a bunch of different stuff. He already acting in his videos, showing off his personality. And then Cordae is just super dope, and I think he could possibly take a J. Cole route. So as long as he stay fire, I
gotta throw something to Tierra Whack and Rico Nasty, only because of the fact that like when Rico Nasty came out, it was kind of following this like trend of rage rap, where it was like just heavy hitting songs, heavy 808s. More so yelling on the track. Kenny Beats was influencing a whole lot of her creation when it comes down to the production side. And I feel like both of those two artists, they came up kind of around that same realm or time zone or time frame as Doja Cat as well. Now Doja kind of took a superstardom path, but I think those two artistically have a chance to kind of take almost like a Yachty pathway, where it's like either fashion, artistic, creative direction, whatever it may be. I think they'll still be relevant in the industry itself. I don't know if they'll be superstars, but definitely relevant though.
I'll take your word for that because you're a lot younger than us, and I I'm
All right,
probably
Craig, we just move on to the next one. That's cool. That was a good way to end it, Craig.
I just don't know about T.I.
No, it's cool. Let him get that off for the younger
Also,
crowd.
shout out to Chef. He was saying that that new Mexican OT and the baby track is fire. I did hear
Mexican
that.
OT, that's the name I feel like we gotta talk about.
We might.
He's fire.
Let's get to the next
He's
issue.
He's not on one of these lists. I'll tell you that right
No,
now.
he might be on 2023 or something.
All right.
We on this list.
We got Babytron, Cochise, Saucy Santana, Babyface Ray, Ken the Man, Sofago, Big Scar, Big 30, KC, Dochi, Kali, and Nardo Wick.
Rest in peace, Big Scar, first of all. And only person on there that I see making it, being relevant 10 years from now, unless Ken the Man can rap. She's really, really dope. But as far as who I can see making it and being relevant, Saucy Santana. It's the only person I think people going to be talking about 10 years from now. Not even music-wise, but he gon' keep getting the push that he need to be whoever he want to be.
Honestly, and there's artists on here that I like. Like I like Nardo Wick and I like Big 30 right now. Like the people I listen to.
Oh yeah, I do like that.
10 years from now,
I feel you.
I don't think nobody on this list gonna be relevant. We can go. You think
I don't
somebody?
know. I don't know.
I don't think nobody gonna be relevant.
I gotta throw one out there for Cochise, only because
Never heard of him.
he's been
honestly.
doing work with Lyrical Lemonade and all that, and I feel like if him and Cole Bennett were to keep on pushing with creative vision and all that, I think there's a possibility for Cochise to keep longevity just by working with Cole. I think it's possible, but then again, I think from a relevancy standpoint on like superstardom, I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, I'm with you, Danny and Robert. I'm with y'all too. I didn't know a lot of them names either. That's why we
Yeah,
got Tyler here to let us know who Coach
That's
is.
good. That's why we got Tyler Opinion. All right,
I
let's go next.
got to put some respect on his name.
All right, oh man, they put these names all over the place.
This
We
is
got
crazy.
I can
It's
read
a
this.
crazy cover.
yeah, we got Rod Wave,
I don't even remember
Mulatto,
seeing this cover.
5-Yo Foreign, 24K Golden, Polo G, Cowboy, NLE Choppa, Lil Keed, Chica, Lil TJ, Baby Keem, and Jack Harlow.
Okay, this is a good one. It's a couple on here I think might still be relevant.
You can go first. I got mine, but
I'm gonna go with Jack Harlow. He already doing movies. He's super talented, and he's white.
Come on now.
And he's
Come
good.
on, they've
He's
been
white.
fiending for
They
another
fiending
Eminem.
for another good white rapper who got talented to do other things, and Jack Harlow is him. I think Mulatto might be relevant. I think she's talented. I think she's gonna get into acting. I think she's gonna be into fashion, and she's fire. I like Mulatto, so I think Mulatto might still be relevant. I think Rod Wave might be a relevant ghostwriter within the culture by that point. He's a very good songwriter, and I feel even if he's not an artist at that point, he might be ghostwriting for people, and I feel like he might actually be relevant.
Think the Dream.
Think the Dream. That's a good comparison. It was another name on there too. NLE Choppa. He's young. The kid is only like 20 or 21, whatever he is now. So he'll be early 30s, and I'm sure he'll be able to find a hustle in this game to be relevant. It ain't about like his artistry per se, but he a smart kid. He into social work. He into giving back to his community and all kind of different stuff. I think he might find a way to still be relevant 10 years from now.
And he put that movie out on YouTube where he had all the YouTube people in there. He had DDG in there. He had Funny Marco in there. He had just all the YouTube stars in a movie. I know it was on his channel. He put it together. I don't know if he wrote it, but that's like his vision, something he did. He was doing acting in there, a little too extra for me, a little too wild for me, but who knows what the kids is into. So, but the fact is he did it. He put that together, and it was totally outside of music, and he was probably still promoting music in the background, whatever. But just on the relevancy part, he tapping in with them. He got a YouTube page where he vlog now, like that. So yeah, NLE Choppa. Oh, and he came into the game smart. He came into the game with United Masters, I think, and that was a new program. And he was they was boasting at least that he had one of the smartest deals, and he wanted to know 360 and all of that. So he came in the game smart. So I only can assume that he gonna capitalize on that throughout.
You got any other people on this list you think?
Honestly, you really hit everybody that I was thinking for those reasons. Jack Harlow for that reason. He doing movies and he white. Rod Wave with the writing. Mulatto because she fire on the music and stuff. And I can see her out of everybody now. I can see her having a Nicki Minaj, Cardi B trajectory. And yeah, everybody else, like I can see they still, I rock with. I like Polo G. You know,
I like
but
Polo. I like
you
Lil
know
Peep,
they
but I don't know
but
if-
they like in they lane doing they thing, and they might be they keep riding that out, whatever. But we talking about like you say, relevancy stars, like people who we talking about all the time.
Okay.
I think those people is the
So
same
we got on the
ones.
next list.
Wait, did y'all mention Baby Keem when y'all were talking?
I,
You
I
don't think
haven't
he's gonna
heard
say-
enough. I know he with
yeah,
Kendrick.
I
He
know
got
with
the plug. I
Kendrick,
just haven't
but
heard enough.
I don't know if 10 years from now he'll be relevant. I don't know.
That's real. Okay. All
He
right,
he
all right,
he
I'll
seems
take
like
that,
one of
I'll
them
take
artists
that.
that might just be dope for the next 5 years and just say I don't want to do music no more. I ain't
That's
heard
real.
enough now, so it's like I can't say 10 years from now he'll still be irrelevant in the culture.
All right. Now we got this. It looks like we went out of order just a little bit. So we got 2021 right now. Murray, Ian Dior, Lakaya, DDG, 42 Doug, Ruby Rose, Blast, Pooh Shiesty, Tusi, Coi Leray, and Flo Milli.
Man, I know half of them people. Shout out to DDG. I think he'll be relevant because he the only one on there that built himself literally from to get to this rapping space and to get to a double XL cover. So I think DDG relevancy is solidified throughout. Everybody else on there, that why they might be fire, I don't remember half of them. I know they songs or I've heard of them probably, but I don't even know enough about them to say relevancy 10 years from now. Like, I don't know what any of them doing. I don't even know. Murray, I ain't even. When they was talking that industry plant stuff and all of that, I guess that song was crazy to me. Fire. I thought he was about to be the next one. And I ain't heard from him since. So who knows what's going on with some of these people these days.
I got one that you didn't say. I agree with the one you said. I think Pooh Shiesty.
Oh,
Simply-
I hear him say Pooh.
Simply
I agree.
because he gonna get out. He did his time. It ain't no smut on his name. I think he gonna come out and still be relevant to the street culture of hip hop going forward.
Yeah.
And as long as he make music that's good enough, ain't even gotta be the best stuff ever. If it's good enough, he gonna have a core fan base that's gonna still rock with Pooh 10 years from now.
I missed you say Pooh Shiesty, but I 100% agree with you on that, especially if we talking culture-wise, because once he get out and come back, he got the potential to do it again, and he started a whole movement, and we named a mask after him.
He
People
relevant.
still say it to this
The
day.
Shiesty mask.
They call it the Shiesty mask. Nike tried to come out and brand. Everybody tried to. It's the Nike Shiesty mask.
Shiesty mask.
The Adidas Shiesty mask. It don't matter.
And
it's the Shiesty mask.
And I like 42 Doug because, I'm a Michigan dude, so I don't want to take nothing from 42 Doug. But I just think 42 Doug is the type of dude that 10 years from now, bro, either ain't going to be doing nothing. He ain't going to be doing nothing in hip-hop or he going to be locked up, bro. Shout out to 42 Doug, though. All right, who we got next?
All right. I think this might be our last one. We've got Tia Kareen, Too Rare, Finesse 2 Times, DC the Don, Rob 49, La Tyler, Friday, Glorilla, Lola Brooke, Sleazy World Go, Real Boston Richie, Central C, and I'm just gonna put him on there. I know he's not. He might not be 2016, or I'm sorry, 5 years in the range. But Pierre Bourne is a producer. I feel like he'll still be relevant. I'm just gonna say that off the top.
I know nothing, no disrespect. I don't know nothing about Pierre Bourne. I'm sure I've listened and jammed and loved a lot of your beats from music that I've
Hold on,
heard.
let's do not to cut you off. Hold that thought. Check what Eric Jamal was introduced to the scene. Because if he within the last 5 years, because they've been putting that in the chat a lot too. All right, now go ahead. We're gonna look that up, y'all. If
I
he in
feel
the last
like
five,
Coast Contra is well beyond 5 years.
I think they
but
well beyond 5, but we gonna see, y'all.
We'll see. But I think Eric Jamal, was he added later, they saying? But either way.
I don't know. We have to look it up.
But I mean, I think we all can agree that Coast Contra is going to be relevant 10 years from now, as long as they keep doing what
But
they're doing.
not. If they're not in the last 5, we can't count them into this discussion.
So it looks like Eric Jamal's first album came out in 2019. So
He make the
technically
cut.
5 years. I don't know about Coast, but Eric specifically
2019. Okay, he gonna make the. I guess we gonna count that. Is that his first? What about mixtapes?
I didn't check that.
Check
I'm going,
mixtapes.
if I'm going on first album, I would give it to him just because of that. I honestly thought he was way before that. I know we can get him in there.
See, if he got mad mixtapes out, you can't count them because that just means people might have really like jumped. On
If we
the
talking now, that's right, Jensen. If we talking blowing up, it's probably a different conversation.
King Los ain't gonna be relevant 10 years from now.
Nah,
Bro.
relevancy
He's not
though,
relevant
as
now.
far as like people listening to you, right? Because people love them though.
No,
But
I listen to King Los, but I'm not gonna
Pull that,
because I
cover
listen to
back up
King
for me,
Los.
Tyler, my bad.
I'm not gonna say he's relevant because I can be like, yo, I mess with King Los. People be like, they don't even know who that is. So like, I can't use him. When I mean relevant, it's like 50 Cent ain't made an album in 10 years.
I feel
But if
you.
I say 50, you know, like, oh yeah, it's 50.
I feel you.
You don't know who Jermaine Dupri ain't did nothing forever, but you still know who
know who
Jermaine
Jermaine
Dupri
Dupri
is.
is.
He's still relevant. And, you know what I'm saying?
and
Usher
you know he
still
got the
relevant
potential to do something.
to do
because-
something because he Jermaine
yeah.
Dupri. So it's like it's a difference.
And just to throw it out there real quick to wrap up that Coast Contra thought, it looks like their first single came out in 2019. So I mean, in general, I feel like Coast Contra.
We gonna
as a
count
whole-
Coast. Let's count the Coast.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
we count-
so Coast. We gonna count the Coast then.
Well-
the Coast would be relevant 10 years from now.
But this list though, oh man.
Okay, no, go ahead. What's the list?
I was just gonna repeat it. It's Tia Kareen, Too Rare, Finesse 2 Times, DC the Don, Rob 49, Lil Tyler, Friday, Glorilla, Lola Brooke, Sleazy World Go, Real Boston Richie, and Central C.
Central C will be relevant.
I heard of
That's
a few
the
of them
kid from,
people. England,
right?
London. That's him to be rapping with everybody at the thing.
He gonna be relevant.
All right, so shout out to Central C.
Yeah, shout out to Central C.
I don't know about relevancy yet, but I'll keep an eye out. I'm not gonna agree or disagree because I don't know enough. And the same speaks for a lot of these other people. Glorilla she would have had me worried. I ain't gonna lie, but she got another hit with that Glow.
That's banging.
Fire!
It's banging.
Fire! So she might be able to be another one on the Mulatto track that might be our next Cardi B and Nicki, but without the beef with Mulatto and Glorilla, who I'm rooting for because I like Glorilla. Y'all know, if y'all been listening to the pod, y'all know I like
Got her
Glorilla
little
from day one.
assessment. Her little, you know what I'm saying? Her little, you know, she assessed her body and did
Oh,
a little.
she did.
You know
she
what
did
I
get a
mean?
little body.
You
She
know,
did get a little
little
assessment.
Little
she
assessment she did to her body. You know what I'm saying?
and showed it off too.
Showed it
She
off
did.
too. She did.
I wonder who
that
she
might
was-
keep her relevant.
Hey, shout out my boy Dame talking about he's sending out flags, talking about he lonely out in the mill. Maybe she was, but whatever. Anyway, shout out to them doing their
out to
thing.
Big Glow.
Friday I heard of if we talking about songwriters and stuff like we was talking about earlier, somebody, I forget who it was, they mentioned like name a relevant songwriter. And I think that's the point. The songwriters that's relevant, we don't know about because they giving they fire to the artist. Like the girl who just went on a rant that was like, she was tripping too, by the way. I don't know if y'all heard about that rant. I looked at my thing and I wrote all of this song. The Rihanna didn't have nothing to do with it. Beyonce didn't have nothing to do with writing this song, but she getting 10% of writing the song. I'm still only getting 90%. I'm only getting 90% of my right. If you don't take your check and go, she should have took 30. She should have took 30. It's Beyonce. No one would hit that. I'm sorry.
She could have
but
took
anyways,
50 and you better hush.
now, right.
It's Beyonce.
Now, I say that to say with the songwriter thing, we don't know who the relevant ones are and who the popping ones are because they be in the background doing their thing, collecting money, collecting checks, giving us great music for the great artists.
Oh, they be relevant because they be at all the events,
Exactly.
though. They be at all the award
But
shows,
you
all-star
gotta
games.
know to know.
Yeah.
The general public don't know. And I say that to say about Friday with him writing for Beyonce and whatever, he might be one of those 10 years from now, even if I never heard a song from him but don't know. So I ain't gonna discount him. And the only other one that I know of next from that is Finesse 2 Times. I do know Too Rare is a YouTuber. He popping, he popular too. I'm just not familiar with his following. Maybe he'll make that list and be popular. I don't know. Relevant, I don't know. Finesse 2 Times though, I don't know if he gonna make the
I'm almost jokingly relevant in 5 years, bro. We gonna be
that
old as hell.
that's up to y'all.
That's up to y'all. That's the people's choice, bro.
But
let us get
I don't know.
to 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, we gonna be relevant.
I know,
we
right?
gonna be getting all kind of content. If
But,
not, we ain't gonna be relevant, bro. I got a job.
Yeah, I don't know if Finesse gonna make it.
All right, what about you, Tyler? Because that's a list full of younger people. What you think about that list?
And that's the thing that's disappointing to me. This is the list I know the least about. And I think that kind of goes to show. And also, okay, there's nothing that bothers me. Y'all probably can't see it, but in the corner, like the top right, it says the best AI hip hop songs so far. That was in the same magazine.
in the same issue.
And so the thing that bothers me about that is the fact that like
that can affect everything.
right,
I
and
didn't see
it's
that.
that thing of like the longevity piece. I feel like people aren't even going to be aiming for relevancy for a 10-year span. It might just be I want to be relevant for a year or two, get my money and dip. Because I think that's what we're kind of leaning toward at the moment, especially with people viewing rap as kind of like a get the bag and bounce type situation. And I feel like people aren't necessarily in it as much for the hip hop artistry as they are for the money side of things, and you know, the entertainment factor and the in the moment versus in 10 years from now.
I think that's a valid point.
Very valid. Because I didn't even think about that, nor notice that it said that up there. And shame on Double XL for printing that and acknowledging it.
That's a good point, Charlie.
Also, though, if y'all don't think that I'm finna hit my guy up and get a graphic of me running from a peacock and put it on a shirt, I hear y'all in the comments. I see y'all. And if that's what the people want. But yeah, you're right. That's the culture, but we will always have artists. You are right, Rob. But yeah, this is scary because even when you got artists, they might be using the AI thing, and we see how artists acquiesce to
People
what
doing it
the
now.
game do now.
People doing it now.
People came in before we had the AI stuff. People was just coming in mimicking everything. That was the argument about New York. Y'all sound like down south. Everybody want to sound the same now. Internet brought everybody together. It's just, you know, it's unfortunate. It's not, I don't even know if it's unfortunate, but that's when it's gonna go up.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen, and that's a valid and disappointing and very sad point, Tyler. They done killed the game.
It's a real point, though. Appreciate y'all for
Hip-hop
coming
dead
through.
for real.
Tapping in, hit the like button, put somebody on or put somebody on. Being Boys from Disrespect the Collective. I'm your boy Queese, a.k.a. Dash, one of my mans.
Craig Smith, a.k.a. Sincere Life.
That's my boy Tyler behind the scenes, Radio 22, Everything 22, and we get at y'all later. We out of here. Dizzle.